How's it going?
Wow.
Good to see you. Yeah, all right.
This is a safety announcement.
See you in Manchester.
Due to today's inclement weather,
My name's Fagan. I'm a performance poet from New Zealand. I'm based in London. I've just done a book. Here's a book, and I'm just taking it on tour.
Talk us through, Ben, what your process was when you were creating your like. Did you plan everything out beforehand and run to it rigidly, or did it sort of fall into place? How did it work?
Wasn't planned rigidly at all. In the month of my 2-year anniversary in the UK, I spent a bunch of time sitting down and writing out kind of how it had been. I was trying to tell a lot of stories that I thought I would have appreciated 2 years ago. So just kind of little personal, anecdotal stories of how I found it. And yeah, and it all kind of came together. So it was in August 2017. And then over the next 2 months after that, kind of pieced it together and got some illustrations by a friend of mine. And yeah, it all came together. So I was offered a place to do a show at the Edinburgh Fringe in 2015, which I said yes to, and came over with a one-man spoken word show called Under the Table, which was very good, and I very much enjoyed doing, and then moved to London after that. Yeah.
Can you explain what it is?
I can. A slam event, or a slam poetry event, is a competitive poetry event that is basically just a gimmick to get people in a room listening to poetry. So there's random audience judges, so it's all a bit of a farce, but there's very high energy, and there is, even though it's not the point, there is always a winner, or a top three, and people like the competitive edge, so it gets them into a room listening to poetry.
You are an anti-slam champion, is that right?
Yes. Well, yes.
What is the difference between an anti-slam and a slam?
An anti-slam,
Speaking in poetry terms.
Yeah, sure. Anti-slam is a entertaining poetry format that was invented by Vartic and Simpson, who are a tremendous creative poetry duo, based in London. And basically it's just flipping the whole thing on its head, and the deliberately worst poem wins. And so people dress up and they put on characters, and they write often two characters.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Yes, so they dress up as characters and perform really terrible poetry, and the person with the least number of points wins. It's at 3 Minute Theatre, which is on the ground floor of Effort's Palace, and I will be performing about half an hour worth of poetry. Where can you find it?
Yeah.
You can buy it from benfagan.nz, and also please contact your local bookstores and get them to stock it. That'd be great.
Have you got a book on you?
I do.
Thank you. Right, we'll see you later on.
I have had the huge huge pleasure to see the work of Ben Fagan on a number of occasions. It was first at the Edinburgh Fringe that I saw him. He is a poet originally from New Zealand. He's a hugely skilled writer and deliverer of words, and his work in Edinburgh was superb. As a spin-off from that, he and the magnificent Sarah Hirsch entered the anti-slam. If you don't know what an anti-slam is, it's kind of like a loving Mickey take of poetry that poets do if they want to kind of, you know, take the piss out of themselves. And you know, Ben and Sarah's what's your collective called for the anti-slam?
Hashtag Team Trending.
Hashtag Team Trending. You must search for hashtag Team Trending. It's fantastic. So, I'm sincerely over the moon to have him. I'm going to stop waffling and bring on our main act for the evening, the author of this book. Let's raise the roof for Ben Fagan!
Undies is a child's term. Jocks have sporting overtones. Panties strike me as American. Pants are British, as are knickers. A thong has a sort of mythical vibe. Boxers seem appropriately adult but hardly ever accurate, while Y-fronts I've only ever heard of on the telly. Similarly, tighty whities. So, where does that leave me? At 2 a.m, trying to communicate what I desperately need back from under your grandparents' bed. So I walked into an busy dressing room and picked an empty stall and put the city that I was trying on the seat and started to try to take off my old one, but it wasn't coming off very easily. It was kind of sticking to my shoulders, so I left it. I figured this new city was bigger, so it would probably fit over the top. I admired its streets and rivers, creased and crumpled on the chair. The material was much louder and already well worn, much more than I'm used to. Pick it up, pull it over my head. Fabric's stiff and hard. I can't move around in it as easily as in my old city, but at least I haven't left any stains in this one yet. Someone tries to come in and use my stall, but seem almost bashful when they find it occupied. They're wearing a thick woolen accent and look pretty bashful. I can hear my friend who I'm trying on cities with in the stall next door. He picked the same city as me, but it's uncomfortable in different spots. My arms find their way through tunnels, and I follow suits. I check the price tag. It's pretty unreasonable. Maybe I'll grow into it. Cheers. Hi guys. Whenever I bring up Manchester in my family, my mother has one fact about Manchester and she's so proud of it. When you're over in New Zealand, if you walk through any department store or any shop, there'll often be a big sign up that says Manchester. And if you go into the Manchester aisle, there'll be sheets and towels and pillows and pillowcases. The reason is that during the late 1800s, there'd be these big crates arriving from England to New Zealand, and they'd have Manchester written on the side. And inside these big crates would be linens, would be towels and sheets and things. And so little old New Zealand was like, oh, this must be Manchester. And still, every shop you go into, they'd be like, oh, where's the Manchester set? Where's the Manchester? And like you go to someone's house, and they'd be like, oh, I'll just put some fresh Manchester in. That's the whole thing. Really? Is it? Yeah, really. Yeah. That is completely true. I wouldn't make something up so boring. It's a very particular thing. Final aisle is my favourite. Bottles watch our shuffling procession towards payment. Stretch their necks to see what we're buying that morning. They have the names of French martyrs, Saint Sauvignon Blanc, Saint Pinot Gris. They're messengers from the kingdoms of Jacob's Creek, Villa Maria, and Tesco's finest. My homesick eyes pore over their labels and locations. I've been there. I tell no one. That's where I'm from. No one cares. Saint Sauvignon of Marlborough knows me. We share a respectful nod before awkwardly looking away. It's complicated. Let's just say she'd lose her halo if it wasn't screwed on. Opposite, behind the counter, spirits ascend towards the ceiling and await our eventual arrival. I cross the threshold when I'm beckoned by the man with the prophet's name. He takes my payment and judges it worthy with eyes preaching late nights and early starts. I thank him, then smile at Peter on my way out. We're equals now. Plus I didn't take a receipt and don't want to be stopped. Through the automatic doors, I step over a man with red and white eyes. Avoiding his glassy stare, I carry my bags off down the road, leaving one set of reusable 10p footprints and a man lying hungry on the ground. Cheers.
Do you want me to do the transition?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, ready?